back to our YouTube channel, and if it's your first time seeing us, welcome to our family. My name is Zimasam Kangwane.
And my name is Vuyisilem Kangwane.
And this handsome fella's name is Bukobenko Sim Kangwane. And together we are Vuyimasa. So on this channel we create Christian faith content, family lifestyle, and we also have vlogs here and there. So if this is your kind of content, please don't hesitate to click the subscribe button and join our family.
Yep.
So today we are doing the Get to Know Us 2.0 tag. And it's 2.0 because we're doing it for the second time.
Okay.
So we asked our followers on our social media platforms to send us through some questions that they would like us to answer as we're doing the Get to Know Us tag. I'm sorry for the noise, the music, guys. Anyway, so we got a few questions. I think it's about 11. We have them noted down on hubby's phone. So we're just gonna answer those questions, and that's what this video is about.
Yeah, so the first question is, how long did you date before you guys got married, and how did you know he or she was the one?
So we dated for 2.5 years before we got engaged. And then we got engaged for 3 months, and then we got married.
Yep.
How did you know I was the one?
Oh no, I knew she was the one because prior to me serving in the department where I met her, I told the lady that took us through the serving department at church. And then I remember at the end of the lesson that basically you are given an opportunity to be exposed to so many departments in the church, and you have to choose which one you will serve in. So at the end of that lesson or that teaching that they were giving us pertaining to the different departments, I remember saying that me and my brother actually said that whatever department we are going to serve in, that's where our wives are going to be. So God will honor what you say, so you have to be careful what you say, because you will get or not get what you say. So we said it, and God, being a God who honors your word, he gave us what we confessed with our mouth.
But how did you know that out of all the ladies in the department, I was the one? Like, what made you approach me?
No, but
I mean, when you're saying in the department, there were so many ladies in the department. How did you know that me specifically, I was the one?
I know it's spiritual. You just check a person, you pray about it, you ask God to reveal who this person really is. So this is what I did. I took her numbers and she didn't know. I monitored her WhatsApp to check the status, check if she's putting love eyes, whatever, for a guy or whatever. And then none of that came up. So yeah, and then I made my move. But more than anything, she's an answered prayer.
So what made you approach me? Now I'm asking this question.
I know it's not the one here. I'm answering the So
okay.
Yeah.
And then,
how did you know I was the one?
I think for me, a few months before you made your move, I was praying to God and saying, like, I'm tired of serial dating. I'm tired of just dating, and I'm gonna pause where I don't date anymore, and then he just needs to bring the one. However, I'm open to him saying that he doesn't want me to get married, even though deep down I knew that, hey, Mina, the ministry of Paul is not my portion. I knew that I'm of the Peter ministry more than anything, the ministry of marriage, because Peter was married while serving the Lord. Okay, sorry, I thought you were done. So I knew that deep down I want to get married, but I was open to God saying, no, it's not for you. So I had been praying, and then I went to a service where our bishop was preaching, and then there was an altar call, and he prophesied that the man God is preparing for you. Fine. And then we were friends. prior to you making your move. And then when you made your move, you made your intentions clear. You told me this is how you feel. I think what confirmed was that on the first day when you came and said, this is how I feel, you came with a contract. Like this guy came with a relationship contract to say, I like you and this is my intentions with you. Should you agree, like should you feel the same way, this is the terms and conditions of our relationship. And then so you were so intentional and you were so clear, you know. There was no let's try and see how far we go, because that was one of my prayer points, that Lord, I don't want someone who's coming here to take chances or coming here to try their luck. So you came saying that my intention is to get married in the long run. However, before we even get to the altar, this is how I would like us to operate within the relationship. So that was like, this one is my one, this one is here to stay. So that's how I am.
Question 2, how is parenthood as Christians? Parenthood as a Christian, firstly, it becomes easier when you understand the relationship that you have with your Father, God. You know, the relationship that we have with God, and how basically God continuously wants to know what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and all those things. So God being the perfect God and our Father, you know, basically teaches us how to be also we can never match up to God's standard, of course, of perfection, but God kind of teaches us how we can be great parents, where we can be invested in our little child's life.
Yeah, I think you put it very well.
Question 3, what is yours love language and baby's love language? Well, I'll start with me. My love language, like basically my wife telling me that I'm doing a good job, words of affirmation, those are my love language more than anything. And
acts of service.
And acts of service, yeah.
We appreciate acts of service.
Yeah.
So my one is gifts. My love language is receiving gifts. I love receiving gifts, regardless of how big or not so big the gift is. It's also physical touch. Those are my 2 major ones. And because you touch on 2, I'll also touch on 2. And then baby's love language,
definitely
for now,
words of affirmation.
It's words of affirmation. And quality time.
Quality time. I thought you were gonna say gifts.
No, and quality time.
Gifts, this guy.
Quality time. He enjoys it when you are with him to pay attention to him. For example, if you're busy on the phone and he's chilling with you, he comes and he taps you, like, and then he does something to see your reaction. So
when he
quality
does something,
time.
Yeah. Next question is, has having a baby affected your intimacy? No, it has not. Well, we still very much are intimate. It's just that, man, you have to, you can't just do it like in the past when he was not in the picture. It was easier then, but now dude wakes up, he starts smiling, you know, when he wakes up. So yeah, you don't want to be caught in the act.
It's not now because we are intentional now, but at first it was a bit tricky to adjust. So when the baby was still younger, it was a bit tricky.
Yeah.
But now, because we are intentional, it didn't just happen. We needed to be intentional about it, and God gave us the grace to reconnect fully. So our intimacy is back on par. Okay,
that's her response. Next question, how did you guys meet? We met at church. She was serving in a department that I later joined. That's how we met.
The way you're summarizing it. But yes, we did meet at church. We were serving in the same department.
That's the same thing I
said. He stalked me, and then we were friends, and then he asked me out. Like the way you're summarizing it.
Next question. Was baby B planned or God surprised? Are you planning to have more children?
So that question is two in one.
Yeah, so yes.
I love the God surprise.
Yeah.
God surprise.
Definitely, we prayed to God for Buko. We did. Hence his name, Buko Benkos. We really did pray to God and we trusted God because before we believed we were pregnant when we started noticing Uzimasa's body change. But then we went for several tests and then they came out negative. And you know what we did? Because we believed with Ivele we were pregnant, we just basically the doctor's report didn't stop us, affect us. So we continued to believe that we were pregnant, and and I remember even after we were told we're not pregnant, when we did a test, we were like 8 weeks pregnant. So we definitely had stubborn faith. We believed in God so much for our son, and God granted us the desires of our heart. And also, Zamasa can answer the second part.
Are we planning to have more children? By God's grace, God granting us the grace to have more children, we would definitely love to have more.
Number, stick around to find out. Did you experience any complications in your pregnancy? I'll let her answer.
So I didn't.
Amen.
Buko,
Praise God.
Being pregnant with Buko was the most beautiful experience ever, especially as a first-time parent.
Sorry, babe. Buko Benkos. Presence of the Lord. There's no discomfort when there's the presence, guys.
Hey,
okay, moving right along. There's no complications. This is the presence of the Lord. That's why we chose the name, because we know how powerful it is when you have God, the presence of God upon your life. Anyway, answer.
Okay. So as I was saying, guys, that there were no complications. I didn't have any morning sicknesses. I didn't have any of that. I think the symptom that was most dominant was just fatigue in the first trimester and in the last trimester. Otherwise, it was total bliss. There were no complications. Maybe we can say the complication was during birth because he just didn't want to come when we wanted him to come. But even with that, it wasn't a life-threatening.
Yeah, and his life was also not in danger.
Both, So the pregnancy and the birth, for me, beautiful. No complications, none whatsoever.
Yeah. Next question. Some people say the first year of marriage is the hardest. How was it for you, and why do you think that is? Well, it's unfortunate that for some people it's very hard. But for us, I won't lie to you, it wasn't really. It wasn't hard. We just had to get used to each other's way of doing things. Because I had my way of doing things when I was still living alone. She had her own ways of doing things. But we had to find a balance so that we wouldn't be on each other's case. That's as far as it was for me. I don't know about her. Maybe she'll have more.
So, honestly, hard is not the word I would use to describe our first year. It wasn't hard. It was a learning curve. And I say that not just because I needed to adapt to your way of doing things and you needed to adapt to mine. One thing about marriage, Sana, it will expose your shortcomings. Like it will expose your areas of development, because there are things about me that I needed to go back to God and say, Father, but they are in this person. So for me, it was a wake-up call for like a discovery, man. Where was I discovering myself? Can I use that word? Yeah, so for me, it was an eye-opening experience about the kind of person that I am and how I relate to the next person. And then pertaining to us living together, I think the disagreements mostly that we used to have is about don't leave the lights switched on, switch off the lights in the bedroom if you're not there, or why you're not closing the door, like why are you leaving the door open. It was those small petty things, if I can say. It was nothing major.
By the grace of God. Next question. Have you ever broken up while dating, and what was the cause if you have? No, we've never broken up while dating. I told her straight up that not taking breaks, you break within the relationship. If you ever take a break, it's over permanently. I don't play that game. I told her from the onset, dude, I don't do that taking a break. For me, taking a break is over. So yeah, we've never broken up. Don't know if she wants to add anything to that. So
we almost broke up though. When I almost broke up.
Next question. How did you guys get saved and when?
You don't want to go through
I don't.
almost breaking up.
Yeah. Because I was gonna dump you, we wouldn't be here, Wuku would not have been born. Yeah.
You were gonna dump me.
You were gonna back in the Eastern Cape.
You were gonna dump me, but you're the one who cried.
Next question. How did you guys get saved? Well, I'll start with me. I had friends that were saved, and and I saw how their lives changed, and I wanted that for myself. They had so much peace, man. You know, the scripture that I love so much is God gives us peace that surpasses all understanding. He gives not as the world does. His peace is peace that surpasses all understanding. I wanted that peace because in the midst of chaos, I realized these dudes had so much peace. Like they were going through stuff, but they had peace. You know, their words, they were still positive, they were still hopeful. You could hear it in how they spoke. I was like, no, I want this. Yeah, I mean, more than anything, I'm grateful to friends that I had around at that time, and they were saved. And I liked it for myself. And then 2009, November 27th, somewhere up. 2009 though, Bishop came, and that's when November 26, 27. I remember, somewhere up, and then Bishop came, and that's how I got saved. But it's all thanks to good friends that I had around at that time.
I got saved in 2008 on the 24th of October, a week after my birthday. And I got saved alone in my raised room. I always say that Jesus came personally to fetch me because I did not want to get saved. I did not want to be a Mzalwane. I think I didn't fully understand being saved or not, but I just did not want to subscribe to being a Mzalwane because Abazalwane that I was exposed to, they were the most boring people ever. Like you'd find a young person who used to dress nice and have style and look nice. The minute they are saved, they are dressing like a 59-year-old woman with 7 kids. I'm sorry to 59-year-olds.
7 kids.
But they would change drastically, man. And you'd find someone who was a social butterfly now looking all miserable, not having any fun, and we were still in varsity. So I was like, I do not want to subscribe to this life. But I used to go to church, so I knew about God. However, the church I used to go to, Tina, we were taught that even in the afterlife, like the people living can pray for you, and then God will just transfer you, like, shoots, they praying for you, now you can go into heaven. So you can live however, but as long as there are people praying for you. Also, that like before you die, you'll get that chance to say, do you want to get saved or not? So I always had that thing, but I can, when I'm about to die, God will come, and that's when I'll say yes, because I'm already most gonna die. But then God came, Jesus came, and we had a conversation, and he took me through certain scriptures, and at the end of it happened, like it was an ongoing conversation, I'd say, for that whole week after my birthday, because on my birthday there was like a suicidal party, but I wasn't able to drink. I think that was the starting point where I wasn't able to drink. I went back to my room sober. So the day after that, I just had this void, and I kept asking myself, but is this all there is, you know? So I think God started with that void, and then a week later, I kneeled down in my room and I prayed, and I was like, I'm tired of living this life. So God, just take control. And I repented and I accepted Jesus. Then the following day, which was a Friday, I went to a student fellowship. And then that's when they fully explained salvation there.
Oh.
So that's how I received my salvation.
That brings us to the end of our questions. There's about 10 of them in total. And yeah, hope you guys got to know a little bit more about us. Our son has since fell asleep on his mom's breast, but anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Very nice. Now people can just fall asleep while snacking. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for the questions. Thank you to everyone who sent through the questions. Thank you for watching our videos. If you watched the video this far, please drop us an heart emoji or any emoji that you're comfortable with in the comment section, so that we know that you watched the video till this far. And we hope that you enjoyed getting to know us. And also don't forget to like the video so that it reaches a broader audience. Also, what else? Like, subscribe, comment. So you leave a heart comment or any other comment that you want to leave, please like the video. And if you'd like to join our family, please do hit the subscribe button.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much. We out.
Thank you. Bye.